another edition here at S.O.W. You know, we got different locations: Virginia, Rochester, and San Antonio. We got several different YouTube channels y'all can check out. Y'all know them. Um, if you need to reach a priest or teacher, you can reach Priest Kwatazak right here at 303-557-8979, or Priest Kazakia at 757-300-4047, or Priest Zainala at 346-234-8340. And you can hit them up for any alms or offerings or books, pens, apocryphas that you want to send. Hit them up. They give you a good address where you can mail that to or send that to. That's it.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah. Start late.
Yeah, we started late, so. How's everybody feeling?
Tua.
God. So this is gonna be the part 3 to the temperance class. Part 3, the finale, right? No, y'all like, damn, we're doing part 3. It's like, you know what I'm saying? What do they call it? When you do a part 3?
A trilogy.
Trilogies ain't really always that good, right? So we're just gonna try to end it here so we don't do a part 4.
I mean, it can go on like Fast and Furious.
Hey, nobody found that funny.
Don't matter.
Hey.
It don't matter as long as I found it funny.
Anyway, so you can put, obviously, if you've been keeping up and taking notes, the class is what? What's the title of the class? Temperance, what?
Building blocks of a
Right. Building blocks of a leader, mastery of the spirit. Is that what it is?
building block, yeah.
We're gonna put it on the YouTube. We just kind of, yeah, some late before class shenanigans. But yeah, this is part 3 of Temperance. Hey, can you adjust this, please? It's not here. Look, looking nervous out here. But if you remember the last class we went over, what was the main focus on the last class on the temperance? Who remembers? What was the main thing that we spoke about? What?
Running the race with the full speed and not slowing down at any time.
Right, running the race. That was the main focus, right? Treating this life and the temperance that we're supposed to be gaining as a race, and going through the different elements of a race, and the spiritual race that we're on, the water on one side, the fire on another, and just going through all those different things, right? So I want to incorporate this class in a way of basically showing that we're still in a race, but now what happens on that race? Like, when does the temperance, that war, when does that begin? Right? So this is what we're gonna do. Let me get to my little thing, my little Word document. My little Word document. So in this one, we're gonna kind of go and show temperance versus lust and what they yield, right? What do I yield from being temperate in my life? What do I yield from being, or from allowing myself to fall off course, fall off track, i.e. cater to the flesh, right? So part 3, temperance versus lust. You can write down how lust and appetite war against temperance. how lust and appetite war against temperance. Yeah, that's cool. I feel like we're not. Is it me or you? No, it's a little overloaded. Right? Nah, it's off. Look at it on your phone. If you gotta shrink it in a little bit, you can. But y'all got that written down, how lust and appetite war against temperance. So, when does the war begin? Well, the war begins, and I want this class to kind of be more of a, to be honest, I want this to be more of a motivator. Because we're gonna talk about a few things in here that happen to all of us, right? So I want this to be more of a more of a motivator to remind us that it is a war when we're on this race to build temperance and to not fall to our flesh, and you're not always going to succeed in every battle, right? You're not going to succeed in every battle, but it is a war. So when does the war begin? Well, the war begins as we begin to run. Remember, when you were in the world, there was no war. There was no battle. There was no back and forth. There was no the thing that I would, I wouldn't. There was no Romans 7. You just did whatever pleased you, right? Yeah, we did whatever felt good. You didn't have to build up a temperance towards evil. You didn't have to build up some type of armor, right, to do sin. You just did it. It's me. Oh yeah, you move on a little bit. Come next to a brother. You know? So in the world it was a little bit less challenging because we were just given to our appetite. We were given to whatever situation was in front of us. We just did as we pleased. Right? So go to Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. And what we got to understand is that there's constant warnings that are given to us. You can write that down. Warnings are given to us as we line up at the starting line of this race that we spoke about last class. You're constantly being warned. And what's the warning? Read Ecclesiastes 2:1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
My son, if thou comes to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation.
Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright.
Do what?
Set thy heart aright.
Go ahead.
And constantly endure.
Right. So there's a warning that there's going to be temptation that is looking to trip us up. There's going to be things of the flesh, things in your past that are looking to take you off track for the future. Right? So we're constantly reminded of these things. Go to 2 Peter's. 1 Peter's slot. 1 Peter's 2:11. And we're just going to go through all these warning scriptures. Right? 1 Peter's 2 and verse 11. Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 11.
And
Dearly
Has
beloved.
everybody got it?
On.
Go ahead. Yeah,
1 Peter chapter 2, verse 11.
go ahead.
Dearly beloved, I beseech you as strangers and pilgrims,
Right.
abstain from fleshly lust.
Do what?
Abstain from fleshly lust,
Go ahead.
which war against the soul.
So there's a warning that there is a war, right? There is things that war against your soul. There is a warning. There's a clear-cut warning when you come to serve the Lord, when you come to run this race. Prepare for temptation. Abstain from fleshly lusts that war against the soul. Go ahead.
Verse 12. Having your conversation.
That's it on that. Go to Galatians. Go to Galatians 5:16.
On.
Go to Galatians 5:16. Read that.
Galatians chapter 5, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
This I say then, walk in the Spirit,
Go ahead.
and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
Go ahead.
For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit,
Go ahead.
and the Spirit against the flesh.
See that? So we're getting clear warning. We're getting clear warnings that there is a war and that there is a spirit against the flesh and they fight each other. Go ahead.
And the spirit against the flesh.
Uh-huh.
And these are contrary.
They're what?
Contrary.
They're contrary. Come on, meaning that they're at odds. They're different. Go ahead.
The one to the other.
Go ahead.
So that ye cannot do the things that ye would.
Right. What does that sound like? That sounds like Romans 7, right? Where Paul said, the thing I would not. And the thing I would not, that I do. Right? So there's a war that is trying to prevent you from running that spiritual race. And the war, it's the battle of wearing you down, right, while you run, removing your strength, removing your hope, making that finish line seem further and further away, right, for you to give up, for us to stop, for us to stop reaching towards the things that build the virtues in us, right? That temperance, because part of temperance is endurance, the ability to endure past things or through things. So if I could wear down your hope, if I could wear down your faith, if I could wear down your belief on top of your body, where would your temperance be? So it'd be hard to get it, right? Yeah, because you're being wore down at every little point, at every little chance the flesh has is trying to wear you out of the race. Go to Ecclesiastes 18:30, but the point is that I'm trying to show is we're constantly being warned. We're constantly being warned by the Most High that these things are trying to take hold. Ecclesiastes 18:30.
Ecclesiastes chapter 18 verse 30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetite.
Right, so another one, refrain thyself from thy appetites. Go to Romans 13:14. And I know I'm going a little quick. I'm doing it for time, but it's all good. We're going to get through it, but it's going to all make sense. But if I am going too fast, let me know. But go ahead, read Romans, what did I say?
13 and 14.
13 and verse 14. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 13 verse 14. But put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ.
Right.
And make not provision for the flesh.
So not only are we warned that there's going to be a fight, we're also given the instruction on what we can put on, how we can cover ourselves to put up our best fight. So it's not just, and this is the cold part, it's not just, it's going to be a war, it's going to be a war, it's going to be a war. It's also, hey, it's going to be a war, this is what you need to step to, right? You need to step over here to the right and put on Christ, put on the armor. Go ahead.
To fulfill the lust thereof.
Read it from the top.
Romans chapter 13 verse 14. But put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ.
Right.
And make no provision for the flesh.
Right.
To fulfill the lust thereof.
Right. And we're going to talk about all these things. Putting on Christ, provisions. We're going to get into all of that. I just want to kind of start out with these warnings. Right? Because the one thing we never can say is that we weren't warned. The one thing you can never say is that the Most High didn't give you. Go back to Ecclesiastes 2:1. Right? You could never say he didn't do this for you. Go to Ecclesiastes 2:1. Go to Ecclesiastes 5:1. And then whatever you gotta say. Yes, sir? Huh?
Yeah.
Read Ecclesiastes 2:1 one more time.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verse 1.
Go ahead.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord,
Right.
Prepare thy soul for
Yeah,
temptation.
we can't say that we weren't warned to prepare ourselves. Now, obviously, there's much that goes into that preparation, and that's also given to us. But you can't say that you didn't hear this first. Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright.
Do what?
Set thy heart aright.
Right. Get your mind right. Set your heart the right way. Go ahead.
And constantly endure.
See that? Constantly endure. Well, I thought I had the Bible. I thought I was in a godly space. Well, yeah, that's the point. You're dealing with the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not the God of Christianity. So there's trials, there's tribulation, there's proving, right? Let's see if this man or woman is worthy to run this race. Right? And these are the things that we don't get taught in church. We weren't taught in the world. So that's why it's like a culture shock when you come in and you're like, damn, I still got to go through things? Yeah.
That's not what Joe Olsen said.
But that's the point. That's the point. What's the one black pastor, Todd? Pastor Todd?
Oh.
Yeah, he make it look all glitz and glamour, right? Todd, and you got the other cat, the bald dude from New York. What's his name? Joshua. What's his name?
I don't know.
I forgot his name, but he's like the new pastor that's on the rise. They make it look glamorous. They make it look good. They make it look like it's not supposed to be a temptation. It's not supposed to be a fight. It's not like the race is not supposed to be hard, right? But that's the whole point. What are you actually building if the race ain't hard? What are you accomplishing? What are you yielding? What's yielding from you if it was just step into the race and we all get the prize? Did you finish? Keep reading.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
See, wait, there's times of what?
Trouble.
Times of what?
Trouble.
Come on.
Cleave unto him.
Right?
And depart not away.
Right. So we're given clear instruction that temptation, trouble, but cleave to the Most High. Put on Christ. Go ahead.
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right. Go to Ecclesiastes. What is it? 5?
5 and verse 1.
Is it 1 where it says when you come to the house of the Lord?
Yes.
Yep. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God.
Yeah. Keep thy foot. Watch your step. Right. You better step light. Be on eggshells. So we're not taught these things in our past religious institutes. Like you sent the video yesterday of the women in church. It was crazy.
Wow, so.
She had pants on. She had the jeans on, but they were like booty shorts, right? But then the front of the jeans went all the way down like regular jeans, but the back was cut out.
Oh.
And she was twerking, and it was crazy.
Oh,
She was
so
like-
the back of the jeans were booty shorts?
The back was booty shorts. You know they got to show off the booty.
And the
boot
front
tag.
was just regular
And the front was
jeans.
just regular pants. It was like business in the front, cocaine in the back. Yeah, bro, it was crazy. Like if you didn't know what was going on, you would have thought, oh, she was just on some casual.
Yeah.
It was like it's like business meeting in the front, stripper in the back.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, strip pole in the back. That's how she showed up to church. Then there was another part of it, right? I didn't watch all of it.
Now
Because Corey was looking for the address so we could pull up.
Stop.
We didn't watch the whole video, we just looked for the address of the church.
Wow.
Let's go to that church.
Yeah, they was out there.
But yeah, see, we're taught that through Christianity that we can just step to the Most High any old way. Right? But we're not taught, hey, you might have the booty shorts on, you might have the pum pum shorts on, you might have on the spandex with the moose knuckle, you might have on this and that, but guess what? You're supposed to switch up out of that. You might be on your Glorilla, but you're supposed to get out that Glorilla mode, get out of that Cardi B mode, and get into a modest mode. Right? So it's one thing to come one way, but then you're supposed to endure through that way to become something different. That's the whole point of the race. You're literally running And as you run, you're shedding off that old man and running into a new person. Right? You're transforming through this run, through this race, through this temperance. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God.
Right.
And be more ready to hear.
Be more what?
Be more ready to
Go
hear
ahead.
than to give the sacrifice of fools.
Right. So the scriptures teach us that there's a way that we're supposed to approach unto the service of the Lord. Be more ready to hear. It says the first principles is a man, before he could be a teacher, he got to be taught again. He got to be ready to hear. You got to endure those trials of humility, and that you don't know everything, and that you might know one or two scriptures, but that don't suffice for a lifetime. Right? Where were you gonna go?
Oh no, I was just gonna hit on being ready and how you said that the Most High prepares us to let us know what's going on beforehand, because he does it through the scriptures. He does it through past experiences that led up to where we are now. Like when you think about David was approved before he got the position. He said before he went and fought Goliath, right? It said he said I dealt with a bear, I dealt with a lion. I'm gonna do this dude the same way, right? So the Most High puts us through many trials, and he also shows us about the different trials to come through his word. It's just, are you listening, and are you taking the time to actually prepare?
Go to Ecclesiasticus 37 and 27.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna have a question for y'all after this. Read it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 37, verse 27.
Mm-hmm.
My son, prove thyself in thy life,
Right?
and see what is evil for
Yeah,
it.
this doesn't mean that I'm proving if crack is good for me or not. And so I'm about to go.
Let me find out.
No, that's not what it means, right? You don't have to literally inject yourself with heroin to prove to yourself that it's not good or bad. Like he was saying, experiences, right? You can look at other people's experiences to understand what is not good for man in general, right? Drugs ain't good for nobody, right? Bad eating ain't good for nobody. Pride is not made for man. Pride is not good for anybody. Hatred is not good for anybody. Envy, jealousy, those things are not good, right? So I don't have to, you know what? The scriptures say, prove myself and see what's good. So I got to do the jealous thing so I can prove to myself that it's good or bad. No, just look at the situations of jealousy that you've been in. When someone was jealous against you, or covetous against you, or contentious against you, right? Look at our people with the health issues. Pride and health issues is crazy work. When you mix them two things together, pride and health issues is bad, right? All you got to do is look at a person that won't humble thyself before they be sick, right? You prideful with health issues, and you want to argue everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, nothing's because you eating bad.
No, especially not black folk. It's, that's just hereditary. Oh, that's just genetic. Show me genetic anything related to health that you can just eat away, or rest away, or exercise away. It's not real. But with our people, poor and prideful, those things ain't made for man. And then you see what? Well, you just let it keep going, and you'll see the destruction of said man or woman. And then you know, okay, I shouldn't be this way. I don't have to be this way, right? So I don't have to literally put myself in pride to understand pride is bad. I don't have to put myself in crack to understand that crack is bad. I don't have to smoke ganja to understand the effects of ganja. We get that? So there's a warning. Read it again.
My son, prove thyself in thy life, and see what is evil for it,
Right.
and give not that unto it.
See that? It says, and give not that unto it. So you're not giving the evil unto your soul. but you're proving it by other means. You're proving it through other people. You're proving it through old circumstances, right? So, again, the warnings are given. And how many scriptures we hit? 1, 2, how many? 7, number of completion, right? 7 scriptures to warn us to not allow the flesh to overtake that. Once we step into this race, once we try to develop these attributes, these virtues, there's things that are set in place to remove you from being able to gain.
Wow.
So the question is, I'm overcome at some point in my race. I took heed to the warnings. I understood. I fought. I ran. Was running, right? I was building up my temperance. I was building up my armor.
You prepared?
I was doing all that. My boots was shiny, spit shine. My shield was, my sword was sharp, all that. But I fall. Go to Proverbs, right? 24:16. What do I do now? Proverbs 24:16. I'm overcome at a point. And let's believe we all deal with this. Read.
Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 16. For a just man falleth 7 times.
How many?
7 times.
What kind of man?
A just man
Go ahead.
falleth 7 times.
Go ahead.
And riseth up again.
Go ahead.
But the wicked shall fall into mischief.
So I become this just man that falleth 7 times. Now what? What do I do? Or I fall into mischief. Now what? It's 2 ways. It's a fork in the road. But either way I fell, right? So I can go one of 2 ways. I can stay down and watch everyone else continue their race. Or I can do what? I can do what it says.
Get back up.
I can get back up this 8th time. Right? I already fell 7 times, man. I'm tired of falling. I'm tired of scraping my knees. I'm tired of being knocked back. So on this 8th time, I'm just going to fall into mischief. And the falling into the mischief is what? But wouldn't that be you giving in and conceding the battle? Yeah. The 8th time, or any amount of time that you don't get up, that would be you now saying, I give up. Right? Go to so you can write down the ones who fall into mischief. I'm actually going through this faster than I thought. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. It ain't gotta be long. The ones who fall to their mischief. So let's deal with that fork in the road. That's the left side. Let's deal with that. Go to Ecclesiasticus. And this is gonna just articulate the battle between temperance and giving into the flesh. Ecclesiasticus, let's go back to 18 and verse 31. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 18 and verse 31.
Uh-huh.
If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her.
Right, so just think about it. I'm running. I fall, and I don't get back up. Am I not giving in to my desire? I'm giving into the flesh. I'm giving into what the flesh is saying, stay down. What's up?
Hey, you remember when we did the kickball?
Kickball. Yeah.
And I was running home,
Oh,
and I fell.
But didn't you tell yourself to get up?
I told myself to get up. I was like,
But that's different.
I was like-
Your body couldn't react.
my knee was like, oh. I was like, you know what? It ain't worth it. I'm gonna just stay down.
No!
I was like, no, forget that. I'm making this run. And pop back up.
You don't feel me now?
I don't remember if he popped up.
I did. I made it. I made a run.
Did he?
Say,
Did he get tagged out?
he added that.
Bruh, I get tagged out.
Yeah, did he get tagged out? Oh, I don't remember. Look, everybody's like,
I don't know if he
remember
was
that.
home.
I got up. I made the run.
Okay, well, that's the point.
I had to score for my team.
First of all, oh yeah, okay, I remember. I remember. He was right there at third, trying to run home. Just
Yeah.
looking all types of bad. God, but that's it, right? The finish line is near,
Mhm.
and I fall. Everything is saying stay down. It ain't worth it. They just stay down, bro.
That's
Knees gave out, back hurting, elbows, neck, eyes. Everybody, you weary.
it was
right?
slippery. It was wet, muddy.
Your flesh is saying stay down, but what about the spirit in you? And that's the question. Is the spirit in you saying stay down? Well, for one that is now given over to his flesh, yeah. For the ones that fall into mischief, they've given up on a spiritual level. It's no longer mind over matter. It's I've just given up all the way. And where the mind goes is where the flesh goes. What's that?
I like how Shathak bring that out because it making me think the opposing team is rooting for you to stay down.
Yeah.
Gone.
They're just like that, but you're like, no, I'm gonna get up.
I was definitely
Hell
happy.
no.
I was definitely happy when he fell. Because I was right there at home plate trying to get him out.
No, we was on the same. We ended up being on the same team.
Were we?
Yes.
Okay, then guess what? I wasn't happy that you fell. I think I was yelling like, get up! Get up!
Oh, no.
We were on the same team?
Like you came in, you joined the team like halfway through the game.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I think we were on the same team. I think I begged you to get up. Because you were at the home, bro, you were at third base trying to come home.
Yeah,
Why was I at home plate? Because I was up to kick nets.
maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I was up to kick nets. Get up!
I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing. Nobody. It was just silence
But you know what's
in
crazy?
my thoughts.
But you know what's crazy? Think about it. Just even in that. Think about just even what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Think about when. Watch this. Think about when you're going through your battle
Mm-hmm.
and you're taking in your fault, and everyone around you is rooting for you, but you don't hear nothing that they say. You only hear the noise in your head.
Yep.
Think about it. He just said it.
Huh?
Okay.
I was rooting for him. Get up!
I didn't hear nobody.
Right? I wish I could take my knee and give him my knee so he could have ran.
Then I would have fell back down.
Oh, wow.
Now you know that's a damn lie. Come on. Now you know that's a lie. Don't do that. Maybe 5 years ago, Con, but not these new knees. No.
Either the knees.
Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Come on. You'd have had these knees, you wouldn't have fell at all. Is the point.
I would have made it. I'd had the army crawl.
Babe, defend me. Babe,
She's like, no, that's not true. That's
somebody defend me, because that's crazy. Y'all forgot about that catch that I made? You don't make that catch without no knees.
Yeah, that was a dynamic catch. That was like, that was a highlight of the game.
Like, bro, you don't do that with no knees. You gotta have a lot of knees.
I remember that. That was a dope catch.
Like, come on. So imagine if you'd have had those knees. You would have.
It was a different scenario right there. It wasn't just the ball coming and you just run up and it fall in your arm.
Listen, the point is this. The point, you made a good point though. In your fall, you don't hear nobody cheering you on. You don't hear nothing. You don't hear the, brother, let's get it going. Brother, get up. Sis, let's do it. You got it. All you hear is what? What you want to hear. You block everything out, even wisdom. The wisdom, you knock away the hand that's trying to pull you up. You do all that. If your spirit is not about it. But if you're in there spiritually, right, you'll adhere to the talk, to the hand that's trying to pull you out. Go ahead, read on.
If thou givest thy soul to the desires that please her,
right?
she will make thee a laughing stock.
Because what does the soul want to do in a time of distress? What does your soul want in a time of distress? You running a damn marathon and you gasping for air, you tired, you just want to rest, right? You just want to stop. That's what's going to be pleasing to the soul, but that is that needful for the situation. If I'm in a race and it's not complete, don't I have to complete the race to get the prize?
Done.
Is the rest the prize?
No.
But that's how we treat it. That's how we treat it. That's why when it's time to build up our temperance towards things, and this war between flesh and temperance, the flesh wins out because the reward that's there beats out the long-term reward. Sometimes that instant gratification kicks in, and that feels better at the time than sitting inside of the race, sitting back, enduring what you have to endure, going through the trial, going through the tribulation to get the ultimate win. That's why I said, what? Read it from the top.
If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her,
See, if you give your soul what it wants to be pleased with, and it's not what the Most High wants for you, go ahead.
she will make thee a laughing stock.
Yeah, because it's a trick. You'll fall for the booby prize. You'll fall for the carrot on a stick. When the pot of gold was right there in front of you, just take 2 more steps. Go ahead.
To thine enemies
Go ahead.
that malign thee.
That what?
That malign thee.
Right, that malign thee, that surround and wait for your fall. Go ahead.
Verse 32.
Uh-huh.
Take not pleasure in much good cheer,
Come on.
neither be tied to the expense thereof.
Right, so that's another problem that deters the temperance, that deters that grind. Temperance is not always associated with good cheer because it's a grind. You know when they be saying this grind season, this grind time, right? The football players right now, they're about to go into training camp, right? The Cowboys suck. Bro, you already lost your left tackle. We don't want to talk about that.
Wow.
They lost their left tackle in the first padded practice. Look, we don't want to hear it.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
Y'all
so
Okay.
so it's grind time for the foot. They got OTAs. They got they got workouts. They got practice. They got all these. They got mini camps. It's grind time for them. And then what? The season starts, right? And they grind in hopes of what? That this grind that they put themselves on into the season, and then the season will lead them to the ultimate prize. But what happens to the cats that can't grind and they got to hit the club every weekend? They usually don't win a damn thing, right? Like the James Hardens. Remember when he was out here in Houston? And it's like, bro, discipline. Bro, stay out the club. Bro, stay out the lanes. He ain't never won nothing because he kept being in a strip club tossing money, right? He kept being in the lanes. He didn't practice his craft. He didn't stay on his grind. He didn't stay in the gym. He couldn't do that for 6 to 9 months straight to be able to attain. For him, the prize was the club. For him, the prize was, I can't wait to hit the weekend. When that weekend hit, that next off day, I'm gonna be downtown. And sometimes that's how we look at life, where the grind that's supposed to get you to the joy ain't no good time attached to that. Read it again.
Verse 32.
The good cheer, that's not attached to the grind. Show me a grind where it's cheerful. Well, you gotta dig deep into yourself and dig deep into a situation and settle the hell in. For a month, a year, 2 years, 5 years. Show me where that can be cheerful. But isn't that what our soul wants? Yeah. Our soul wants to escape the chastisement. No chastity for the present seemeth joyous but grievous. We don't want that grievous part. We just want the peaceable fruit that's yielded. We want to taste something good. But you don't want to put in the work that it takes to have that tree yield. So we got to remember, what are we running for? What are we grinding ourselves in these situations for? Is it to hope for, you know how you hope for that break? Can't wait to get a break. And it never comes and then you gotta force it? Or is it an understanding that I gotta be able to settle in as long as the Most High needs me to settle in for me to learn the lesson? It's like the kids with school. It's the same thing. They gotta go to school 9 months out of the year. You got 9 months where you literally just gotta grind in, right? Get the year over, and then you got all the little breaks that they give you in between. So when y'all go back to school, August, 12 more days. Read.
Damn.
So you go back to school in 12 days in August, right? What's the next major break y'all get? Thanksgiving, is it?
That's
Yeah,
like
it's-
their mini day breaks.
It's Christmas break.
It's Christmas. Okay, so that's in 3 months, right? August, September, October, November, December, 4 months. So you gotta grind it out for the 4 months, and then you get a nice little week-long, 2-week-long break, however long it is, right? And then you get your winter break. What, is that the same as Christmas?
Yeah.
Right. You get your Easter break?
Spring break.
Spring break,
Spring break.
right. You
It's
know,
the same.
same thing. But they do sprinkle little breaks in between that. If you look at your schedule, you gotta just say, man, I gotta settle in for the next 4 months and just make this thing happen. And then I get a break. And then I gotta prepare my mind to come back and settle in for the next 3 months. And then settle in for the next 3 months, but I get a break. And then I get a vacation, summer vacation, right? But it's how you look at what you're in. It's no different in the truth. If you say, well, this is my life, then you know you gotta settle into this thing year round.
Yeah, it's like you don't think to have a relief because this is life.
Right.
This is my life.
But the relief comes, it's weird, the relief comes inside of the life. I think the relief comes once you totally agree that this is life. I don't have to look for the plan B. And then little moments that come up within the life as I just live it properly, that will allow for things to open up for me. Gabar, what you got?
Like what steps or actions can you take to help you overcome that want of instant gratification?
What steps?
Yeah, like what can you do to?
Well, the first step you gotta understand is, the first thing you have to understand about instant gratification is you gotta ask yourself, is that what you're looking for? Right? Is the instant gratification the thing that I'm working for? Or is there something greater? There's always things that are gonna be presented along the way that, you know, they're motivators. They're supposed to help to keep pushing you forward to attain that main prize, that main goal. It's like when you're running your race and you're running that long, 40 mile damn triathlon or whatever it is. And they have the little water stations along the way. Is the water the prize?
No.
But it is a prize, but it's not the prize. The water ain't the gold medal. The water is just something to help you to continue to run and supply you with the energy, supply you with the hydration to make it to the goal. That's why they set water stations every so far, in the distance, right? So just like the thing that we're instantly gratified with, you can take that, look at it and say, okay, I'm done, whatever that may be. Or you can say, well, okay, I was rewarded for the steps that I've taken. Now, let me keep looking to see, let me remember that this ain't the finish line. So, steps, that's a whole other class. But I think the first step is to recognize your actual ultimate goal and the mini goals within, right? Is this instant gratification an actual reward, Or is it a prize? You know how the scripture say a gift destroyeth the heart? Is it a prize to deter you? Is it one of the ways to deter you on the path? Is it to satiate you, to get you to stop running? Is it a distraction? So I think the first step is recognition. What is this thing that I've gotten? You see what I'm saying? Like it's like brothers that get a rib, and then all of a sudden it's like the truth don't matter no more.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it's like the truth. We've seen that, right? Brothers get ribs, and then brothers get a rib, and then all of a sudden, all the things that you were doing don't matter. The kingdom don't matter no more. She is the kingdom, brother. She is my heaven. And it's like, wait, what? Like, she was supposed to be the thing that was supposed to add to you to make the run a little bit less burdensome. But she wasn't supposed to just stop you. You weren't supposed to stop in your track. You were supposed to run like the Flash, and you grab her in your arm, and y'all just keep running together. But some brother, they stop, gaze into her eyes, and then they give up. They stop running. So, is a wife meant to stop your path? Is a car? Is money? So I think it's how we look at the things that we do get along our walk, right? Money is not meant to stop your path. Money is a defense. It says money is the answer to all things. So if I get a bag of money, if I get a bag, and I'm looking at things the right way, well, I'm looking, where do I allocate this money to keep things going in my favor? How do I use this vehicle? How do I teach my rib to keep things going? So step one, recognition. Right? Step one will be recognition. So we could always go over it in another class.
Yeah, it's also like, like the scriptures say, looking to Yahweh Shai, author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross. So it's like this. If you're on the job right now, and I don't know, you get paid $20 an hour, and someone says, hey, I'll give you $1,000 right now to quit your job. You quit your job?
No.
Why? Because you make $20 an hour, and your check in 2 weeks is gonna be more than that $1,000. So you're like, okay, let me look at my check. Like, yeah, I could use $1,000 right now in my hands. That would be good. But my check that's gonna come in 2 weeks is gonna outweigh this $1,000. Like, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, you look ahead to the bigger picture, the ultimate goal, and say, okay, what's more valuable, falling off now or sticking through to that ultimate goal?
So yeah, it's multiple ways to look at it. There's multiple ways to look at it. Read where you at.
Ecclesiastes chapter 18 and verse 32.
Right?
Take not pleasure in much good cheer.
Right. So we got to stop putting ourselves in the mind that we got to be always in this good cheer. Like, we always got to be in these, it always got to be some over the top happy moment. Grinding is not always fun. And it's not always a happy moment. It's not always like, let's laugh and smile. Sometimes you got to grit your teeth. That's why it's a grind. You got to grit your teeth. You got to bear it. You got to settle in. And it's for the moment though. Like that, and that's the thing. Some of us have like this Houdini trait, this escapability when it comes to settling into a moment. Like, I always think about the mall when what month are we in? August? What be August? So when the mall hits, October, November, December, that's like a grind time, especially like before the pandemic, when the mall hours was like 12 hours a day. It was just ridiculous, retarded mall hours they used to have. But yo, you literally had to grunt, like you literally could feel your body changing because the extra lack of sleep, and then the mall hours.
And then we had morning class, and then we had actual
Actual
class.
Yeah. So you had to grind with the mall hours on top of all the things you were already doing. And you literally have to get into this 3-month mode of, I'm not gonna get no sleep. I'm not gonna get no time for this. I'm not gonna get no time for that. My little TV show, my little study, my little whatever little leisure I thought I was gonna have, No, I'm grinding. The chair, no, I'm in war mode for these 3 months because there's a goal, right? There's a goal attached to these 3 months. There's little small wins, right? Yeah, I made a couple of thousand this day, but so what? What about tomorrow?
Tomorrow you gotta do it again.
Tomorrow you gotta come back and do it again.
Start at 0.
That's the point. Tomorrow I start at 0, so yesterday, that was yesterday. So I gotta constantly be on my grind for these 3 months. Not that we don't grind every damn day,
Right.
but just the mall hours is different during the Christmas, right? It's different during the holidays. There's more people in the mall in the holidays. They're on a grind, trying to grind through the holiday experience, the shopping. But we have to set our mind a certain way. When you studying and cramming for that test, you gotta grind. You gotta have late nights, right? So you don't have time for the cheer. You don't have time for the happy moment to get you through. You just gotta settle into what you gotta settle into, and let that build you. But a lot of us got this Houdini. You know how to get out them handcuffs quick. Them cuffs go on and you got the key. 2 minutes later, you uncuffing. Like, God damn. What do you learn if you don't want to settle into the thing?
Yeah.
If you don't want to settle into the discipline, what do you learn? Well, you don't. And then you'll want to look for the chair, the expense thereof, right? Drop that. Go to Ecclesiasticus. Just go to 37. Go to 37. Read it, verse 28.
Ecclesiastes chapter 37 and verse 28.
Right?
For all things are not profitable for all men,
Right?
neither have every soul pleasure in everything.
And that's another thing we gotta understand. Everything ain't for you. Sometimes you just need to run, Forrest, run. You don't need to rest. Because that rest is gonna be you doing what? Falling off. Some of us just need to grind constantly. We gotta always be in grind mode in our minds. Right? Some of us don't need that leisure. Some of us don't need to. I was talking to a brother the other day on the phone, and he said it. He said it to me. He said, the way my life is set up, I always have to be in a certain state of mind when it comes to the Most High. Right? I always got to be like in fasting prayer mode in my mind. Right? I always got to be in, I'm not doing enough in my mind. Why? Because as soon as you get comfy, what? You start to lax and then you start to make mistakes. Some of us don't need comfy mode. Some of us need to grind hard and keep grinding. Some of us need to keep pushing ourselves, right? Go ahead.
Verse 29. Be not
Unsatiable.
Be not insatiable in any dainty thing.
Right, meaning that I can't be satisfied. Right? I can't be satisfied. So it's saying be not unsatisfied in the dainty things. Right? Those dainty meats. Those high quality things. The best of the best. We gotta learn how to be satisfied with little. Especially in this life. Because if you can't satisfy, if you can't be satiated, then guess what? Guess what? You're always gonna go off the course before you can get the main thing you're looking for. You're always gonna be looking for a way to be satisfied, right? And the way to be satisfied is straight on. But if I can't see straight on all the way, but I got a little dainty thing to the side, ooh, let me grab that. And there's a dainty thing over there. You know what? Let me slide over there real quick, grab that dainty thing. And there's my dainty thing over there. Let me grab that. You off course. So you have to be able to be satisfied with the small wins. Like you said it, the steps, right? Of instant gratification and those things. Well, you got to be able to be satisfied with having a little. Understanding that this is just to propel me to the next step. Go ahead.
Nor too greedy upon meats.
Go ahead.
For excess of meats bringeth sickness.
So why am I going here? Because yes, it's talking about food, meats, dainty things. But we can look at it allegorical, right? Obviously, in the context, it's talking about actual food, but it still goes to what? The lust, right? The lust that the war brings on. That war in our spirit, that war in our soul, the war against the flesh and temperance. Because temperance is just another word for moderation. We talked about it, right? About being moderate, right? A self-desire, a desire within to be moderate. So it also goes with food, eating, drinking, the lawful pleasures, right? There has to be a temperance in those things. But just think about a man that's not temperate in his meats, in his eating. What else is he not going to be temperate in? Everything else is out the window. So what is he saying? Read it again.
For excess of meat bringeth sickness.
So what do meats? What would the meats represent? The thing you give yourself to, right?
Done.
So excess of anything can bring on what? Sickness. Too much of anything can make one sick. Y'all see that? Too much rest, you get sick. And sickness is not, oh, I caught a cold.
Right.
Oh, I got the flu. No, it's the sickness is the decay, right? The harm that's being brought on, right? So remember, it tells you slothfulness. It's the destruction of a man. He'll fold his hands and sit there and won't even bring his own hand to his mouth to feed himself. He won't roast what he catch, and you die of starvation. You get sick. So we got to look at it from the standpoint of what the scriptures teaches us in the totality, that temperance and the flesh, you can stick this idea into anything that we want to have pleasure in. Too much phone, it can bring sickness. Too much social media can bring sickness. Right? Read on.
And surfeiting will turn into choler.
And surfeiting will turn into choler. That's now going into that's going into how your body reacts to the overabundance of something, the overabundance of the meat, the choler that comes from your liver and the bile, and it goes into that whole scientific process that your body, what is it showing? You can't break down and process everything that you're internalizing because it's not really meant for you to overeat. It's not meant for you to overconsume anything. Do y'all get it? Anything, too much of anything is bad for you. Too much water can kill you.
Come.
It drown your brain with too much water. Wash out your electrolytes, you're out of there. And water is one of the main builders of life. But it's also one of the most destructive forces on the earth. Go ahead.
Verse 31. By surfeiting have many perished.
Have many what?
Have many perished.
Why? Look up that word surfeiting. Surfeiting. Look that up. What you got, man?
This is the Webster 1828. To feed with meat or drink so as to oppress the stomach and derange the functions of the system.
Damn. So now, what?
Oh, I got the definition. It says to cause someone to desire no more of something as a result of having consumed or done it to excess.
Right. Watch this examples. He was surfeiting on luxury, never satisfied with enough. You could surf it on anything. You could be filled to the brim, not just with meats, but with anything, to where now you start to suppress your system, right? You start to desensitize the body, and now it doesn't function the right way. You desensitize your mind, now it doesn't function the right way. Let's see here. Surfeiting is the act of indulging in something, especially food or drink, or pleasure, to excess to the point of overconsumption or disgust. See that? So it's not just a food thing. It's whatever you give yourself to. These are the results, right? If we're going to the title of the class and to the theme of the class, well, this is when you allow the flesh to win the war. You overconsume. You overdo it to the point of your own disgust, and other people are disgusted with you. You know, the worst thing is when you sliding down Instagram and these dudes that are overweight want to film themselves eating. Y'all ever see?
Oh, look, I got one.
That is wild. Y'all ever see that?
Con.
These dudes be 400 pounds and they want to sit there and eat. So one day I was sliding through Instagram and my rib was like, "What are you watching?" Because the dude sounded like sounded like two animals mating.
Ew.
Oh, no.
And he was just eating. But every time he took a bite, and he was, bro, it was crazy. He had his shirt off. He was just dipping in all the sauces. It was wild, bro. I'm like,
He had his shirt
why
off.
is this on Instagram?
That reminds me of something.
Just had his whole breast out,
Oh,
and he was just grubbing food, falling over the keyboard, biting the fork. You could hear him biting the plastic. It's like, God damn.
Mhm.
It was crazy, right? That's a man that surfeits, overdoes it to the point of disgust. What you got?
Like this servant says, it says what y'all said, refers to excess indulgence, particularly in eating and drinking, leading to overindulgence and intemperance. This concept is awful.
See that? Intemperance.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
This concept is also is often associated with the lack of self-control, which is viewed contrary to virtue of moderation and temperance.
See that?
Mm.
So it all goes in. It all goes hand in hand.
Oh, one more.
Yeah, what you got?
Surfeiting is seen as a manifestation of the fleshly desires that believers are urged to resist.
Right. Surfeiting is not just indulging, it's overindulging to the point that once was brought pleasure now brings harm,
Mm.
weariness, or even judgment, especially in a biblical or moral context. Physical, overeating, overdrinking to the point of discomfort or illness. Emotional, saturating oneself in pleasure or entertainment until one becomes numb or indifferent.
Dang.
Moral and spiritual, giving in to the flesh or carnal desires excessively, which leads to guilt, sin, or spiritual dullness. That was Ivy's face. She like, what is going on?
Damn, that's tough.
Psychological, loss of satisfaction or sensitivity caused by repeated overexposure. You see that?
You don't even got a conscious source doing it now.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah. Remember I was working in the mall in Baybrook, and I met this guy. You know, you pulling over people, man, what's going on? And he was an adult entertainer.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
You know, black dude, you know, he's muscular. Like, he work out. I'm like, what you do? You work out? Like, yeah, I work out. I'm like, what you do? He's like, I'm in the adult industry. And I'm like, oh, I have questions for you. Oh, I got some questions. So, but my questions were more on this, like, so like, really, you got a relationship? And he's like, yeah, I got a girl. I'm like, so how does that work? I think I asked him, like, how many women you been with? And he was in the thousands,
Ew.
Oh, no.
Dang.
right? I mean, he's in the adult industry, so
Yep.
that's his profession. But he's like, basically, I'm at the point where he's at the point where it's not even, there's no satisfaction there. He's just numb mentally. All those interactions numbed him mentally. He was like, yeah, he was like, bro, he was like, I could go the next 10 years without doing anything. Because I in the last 5, I've done so much that I'm just numb to everything. He said, even my own girl, just numb to the feeling of being with a person. Not that I don't love her, you know, we was chopping it up. We was actually rapping. We was actually getting a good combo. This was years ago. Baybrook days. This was like one of the last years in Beirut, man. It was a good convo with this dude, but he was just sharing mentally where his mind is with what he's given himself over to where now, think about it, he can't even really have a fulfilling, there's a part of his relationship that's missing, right? He can't be fulfilled in that area. Not that he don't love his woman or she don't love him, right? But there's an emptiness there that he's caused because what? He's given himself, he's surfeited in this area so much that now I'm just numb. He like Lincoln Park, I become so numb. You see what I'm saying? But that's what happens. You desensitize yourself to the point where you're getting sick and you can't feel it. You're numb, you're getting sick, but you don't know it. You no longer have the spiritual, mental, physical awareness to feel the sickness creep in. So guess what it gets to do faster? It gets to kill you faster. It gets to creep in and overtake faster. Right? If you can't feel things spiritually, you don't know what you're being infiltrated by. You just go with everything that comes your way. But remember, that was us in the world. But see, this is the problem when you fall into mischief. Right? A man that falls into mischief, this is where he goes. He gets to this place where now his mind can't recognize what's good for it, what's evil for it. He doesn't know what to stay away from. Everything is good. There's no problem with nothing. But something is harming you. Something is killing you. So the overall theme is that you lose recognition when you fall into this mischievous mind. You lose the ability to recognize good and evil. You lose the ability to recognize what's good for one's soul and what is damaging one's spirit and soul. Right? Where you at?
Sirach 37 and 31.
37 and 31. Let's see. Finish that 31.
By surfeiting have many perished.
See that? By surfeiting had many perished. So when you go into that definition of the overindulging and then causing damage, well, it tells us people have perished because of this on all levels. Go ahead.
But he that taketh heed prolongeth his life.
He that taketh heed prolongs his life. Go to Proverbs 25:28. And right now we're just on the side of the one that falls into mischief. I want to get to this other side though, the one that doesn't fall into the mischief, the one that gets up the 8th time to build this temperance. Proverbs 25:28.
Proverbs 25, verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city.
It's like a what?
It's like a city
Come on.
that is broken down
Come on.
and without walls.
See that? You don't have it. He that has no rule over his spirit. A city without wall is what?
Defenseless?
It's what?
Defenseless?
Yeah, it's defenseless. And it can be taken at any moment by just about anyone. Anyone can walk in there and take that city. Why? Because its defenses are compromised. There's not a recognition of who's good and who's bad. Anyone can come and go. Anything can pass through and infiltrate. Because now surfeiting, because the flesh has been so overdriven with its own pleasure. Anybody can move you and steer you in their way. Any spirit, any wind of doctrine. Go to Romans 8:5. Romans 8:5.
Hi.
Make sure you don't delete the document.
Romans chapter 8, verse 5.
Right? Read.
For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Right. So they that are after the flesh, they only care of the things of the flesh. Come on.
But they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
But they that are after the spirit, they only mind the things of the spirit. Or, let me reword it, the things of the spirit take precedence over the flesh. Read.
For to be minded
For to
is
be
death,
carnally minded is death. Come on.
but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Go to Philippians 3:18. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Philippians 3:18.
Philippians 3 verse 18.
Come on.
For many walk,
Come on.
of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping.
And that's the cold part. It's like, what is he saying? Look, I'm telling you about these type of people, even sometimes weeping, feeling bad, right? Having to give this evil report, right? Having to give this report in like a weeping state, a sadness. Why? Go ahead.
That they are the enemies of the cross of Christ.
What makes them the enemy? Well, because they're given to the flesh. What makes us the enemy? Well, we become the enemy to our own cause. Right? Now, just think about it. Did Christ have to run the same race that we ran?
Come on.
Did he have to carry the same cross that we carried?
Come on.
How do you become the enemy of the cross? Well, when you don't run your race. Now, he quoted something. Go there real quick. It's Hebrews.
Hebrews 12.
12 and 2. Read it.
Look at Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Looking unto Jesus, the author and finisher of our faith.
So to run this race, to be temperate, to fight the flesh, you gotta have what?
Faith.
You gotta have what?
Faith.
You gotta have faith. You gotta have belief. But you don't just only have to have faith. It said, look at Christ. Look at Christ. There's something that you can look at. There's an example.
Yep.
The evidence of things hoped for but not seen. There's evidence here. It's right here. Just look at Christ. There were things that were set before him that weren't pleasant. There was a race that he had to run with many obstacles. He was there hurdling Pharisees and Sadducees. He was hurdling rulers and kings from before his own birth. And then after his birth, the day he was born, days that he was born, in his infancy, he had to be fled off to another country. Go to Egypt. Go here. Go there. Running from this king. Running from this ruler. He was there running a race that he didn't even have legs to run at one point. He had to rely on somebody else to run the race for him, his own parents, right? They had to protect them and guide and adhere and not cater to them, to their own way or to their own flesh. They had to let the Spirit guide them. And then as he comes into his manhood, he comes into his own. Now he has to endure things as a man. He has to endure, like it's going to tell us, the contradiction of sinners. Right, Reed?
Who, for the joy that was set before him,
Right?
endured the cross.
Now, the joy that was set before him was what? Who knows? Let's see if y'all get it. Let's see if y'all know. What was the joy that was set before Christ? And don't say to die, because that's not what was that wasn't the joy. What was the joy that was set before him? You gotta know prophecy. Matea.
Just sit on the right hand of his father.
Damn, give that sister a prize. To sit at the right hand of the Father. That was the joy that was set before him. He didn't get that until he walked or ran his race. So there's a joy that's set before him. But there's a path I gotta run to get that joy. Wouldn't it have been easy for him to just say, you know what, it ain't worth it? I don't know, like sit at the right hand of the Father. Bro, ain't nobody ever been there. Come on, what you mean? Sit at the right hand.
I can get pleasures, rulership, and dominion right now, right here.
Exactly. Now, wasn't Christ faced with instant gratification?
Con.
Book, chapter, and verse. Real quick, let's call it out.
Matthew 4.
Matthew's 4. Y'all got it, right? Matthew's 4. He was set with instant gratification, surfeiting. Oh, you can have all, look, I'll give you all of this.
Yeah.
You can have all this to your heart's desire.
Con.
I know you looking at the joy, but I'm gonna give you, because that's the whole point with the prize, is that what did he have to do to get that prize compared to the running the race? What did he have to do? What's easier, running the race or bowing the knee?
Bowing the knee.
It seems easier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. On a physical sense, if you had the choice to bow the knee or run the race, forget about the implications. You're gonna bow the knee every time because it's just easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, just easier.
That's crazy.
And then you get rewarded. Damn, and I don't gotta like extend myself. I don't gotta run miles. I just gotta bend the knee, and then I get everything.
Remember 300?
I remember 300.
Leonidas at 300, he was like, I would, but I got this crick in my knee. You know, like, so we gonna have to fight, basically.
Yeah, bend the knee.
That's crazy.
Right?
Crazy.
But obviously we know it's about an integrity that Christ was teaching us. That's why it tells us to look unto him.
Yeah.
Right.
He had to have faith that what? To be the author of something, you're the beginning, and the finisher, you're the end. So Christ even had to have faith that once he completed the race, the promise that the Most High had said in Psalms 110, sit down at my right hand as I make thy enemies thy footstool. That would come true, that would be fulfilled. He had to have faith that if he completed his race, the Most High would come through for him. So ask yourself, how much faith do you really have to have when someone has already done it? Makes it a little bit easier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it can be done.
You know it can be done. And you know that there's something attached. And you don't have to allow yourself to get caught up with the instant gratification or what do they call it? Those consolation prizes? Consolation prizes.
Consolation.
Yeah, you supposed to get the new car, but you got the scooter. Damn. You settled for the scooter, brother? Why? You would have just took 2 more steps. You would have got the new car. Like,
It was the electric scooter, though.
but it was like the electric scooter you plug in. It don't use gas. Yeah, but you got to stand the whole time. No,
Right.
this one got a seat, brother. Oh, so you got the geriatric scooter.
Oh, no.
Damn. Let me finish reading this. Go ahead. This be the little battle though, and this why it says if you give yourself to the pleasures, you'll be a laughing stock. Because you get laughed at for real. Like that, he gave himself to that, but he could have just waited and got that.
Dang.
Wait, he gave in for that when he could have just chilled for a second.
Yeah.
2 more months, and he could have been blessed with that.
Dang.
Damn.
That's
When
hard.
you say it like that, it sounds bad.
Yeah.
When you say it like that.
Yeah, what?
So now that you put it like that, it kind of put me in the mind of like, a lot of times we run in the race and because we don't have faith that we're going to make it to the finish line.
Yeah.
So we take the instant gratification versus waiting out because it's like, this is for sure, that's not certain, but this is.
Yeah, but it is certain because looking unto Christ, the Bible wouldn't tell you to look at something that wasn't sure.
Right.
But it's how we program our minds of what is sure and what is not.
Yeah.
That sure hope, right? It's how we look at things, and that's the point. We got to change what we allow to take over our minds and how we look at things. Go ahead.
Who, for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross.
So the joy was set before him, but way before him. Right? but then here comes the devil. Here comes Satan to tempt. But what am I looking at? I'm looking at this temptation as something that I have to endure. It's part of the enduring. It's not the gain. See, it's how you position your mind. Whatever that tempter was able to give was not going to be a prize.
Right.
It was something that had to be endured past to now get the actual joy, to actually get the actual prize. Go ahead.
Despising the shame.
Right.
And is set down at the right hand of the throne of God.
See that? He despised the shame. Right? He put all that to the side. Understanding that even that, it don't matter. Nobody, you at the right hand, ain't nobody looking at what you went through.
No.
When that cat wins that race, because I've seen people like again, I be watching like the Tour de France, and they'll ride them damn bikes for 4 hours, hop off that bike, vomit, piss themselves, take a dump on themselves. Nobody cares. When they're on that podium holding up that gold, nobody cares about they just vomiting on themselves. Nobody cares if they fell in the middle of the race, got up, busted knee, busted. Nobody cares. Nobody's looking at that. What are they saying? You the winner. They're giving you the glory for the win, for the win, not because you just peed on yourself. You gotta watch them Tour de France's, bro. They just be peeing on the bike. Yeah, you just let the flap out, turn to the side, and just be letting it rip. They don't stop. They don't stop for nothing. The only time they stop is when they crash. That's it. And as soon as they crash, they popping up. They're not waiting. If the bike is broken, they're running the bike. Then the car will pull up with another bike. They pull the bike off. They run it up and they hop on. Boom. They push them. And they don't stop. Right. They're on the bike pedaling and peeing right down their leg, vomiting, throwing up, everything.
That's wild.
Yes, because the win is because guess what? The joy that's set before them, and despising the shame. Yes, I don't care about that. You're gonna see me pee in public, but you about to see me win. You about to see me with that yellow jersey. You about to see me with that Tour de France gold. Right? But that's how we gotta look at it. That remember it says we're fools for Christ's sake. Right?
Right.
We put on this show to please the Most High, that the world looks at us like y'all are a spectacle. But you gotta put that to the side, man, and look, boom. Because a lot of the times that's why you stop running. The shame right. Of the race, the shame of the spectacle. They're all looking at me. Well, we talked about that, right? Didn't we talk about the cloud of witnesses? You got some looking at you for you to fall off. You got some looking at you to cheer you on. You got some looking at you just to, what the hell's going on over there? What them brothers talking about? You got some watching just to be able to have something to say negative. But you got to put that shame to the side. You got to move that mindset out the way and just know that once I complete this course, y'all got nothing to say. Drop that. Galatians. Did we read Philippians? Did we read 19?
No.
Read Philippians 3:18 again.
Philippians 3 verse 18.
Right on time. Go ahead. 30 minutes.
For many walk, of whom I have told you often.
Right.
And now tell you, even weeping.
Come on.
That they are the enemy of the cross of Christ.
You understand how to become that enemy. It's to allow yourself to not look at the goals that are set before you, but fall to the instant gratification. Fall to the flesh. Right. Fall to the weakness. Give in. Go ahead.
Whose end is destruction.
Whose end is what?
Destruction.
Right. They fall into mischief. Read. Go ahead.
Whose God is their belly.
See that? It goes back to how I can be satiated. The Most High God is not your God, but your belly is your God.
Yeah.
Read.
And whose glory is in their shame.
Whose what?
Glory is in their shame.
Right. Their glory becomes their shame. The same very thing they give themselves to in the flesh, it becomes their shame. It says that you give yourself to the flesh, you become a laughing stock. Right? So Let's deal with the ones that fall 7 times. The ones that rise up the 8th time. You can write that down. Because remember, we talked about a just man falls 7 times, a wicked man falls into mischief. It's a fork in the road. Which way do I want to go? So let's deal with the latter, or the first. The ones who rise up that 8th time, they're in a different mind. Right? They're in a completely different mentality, and it's literally mind over spirit, or mind over matter, excuse me. Mind over flesh. But it's not their mind only, it's a spiritual mind. It's a will to please the Most High. But it's also a learning that's taking place also. Go to Titus. We already went over this. Go to Titus 2:11. So what is this one that falls 8 times? What is he getting? They're getting grace. They're getting the grace to be able to learn. Read that.
Titus chapter 2, verse 11.
Go ahead.
For the grace of God that bringeth salvation hath appeared to all men.
Go ahead.
Teaching us that denying ungodliness
Go ahead.
and worldly lust, we shall live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world.
Right. So grace gives you the ability to learn something from your fall. It gives you the ability to reflect. It gives you the ability to plan the next time. It gives you the ability to step back, examine, and see where you went wrong. Right? It gives you the ability also, because think about a race. Ain't a race just one foot in front of the other? How repetitive is that? So it gives you the ability to repeat, but to actually succeed. Right? There's a learning that this grace gives us. There's a teaching, there's a wisdom that's supposed to come along with it if we're in the right mind. Right? Let me see here. Go to Galatians 6:1. Get there.
Galatians chapter 6, verse 1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault,
right?
Ye which are spiritual.
A fault, by definition here in this scripture, is talking about a sin. Go ahead.
Right. Ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness.
So why am I going here? Well, to show you that a just man can fall, and there is a space for restoration. There is a space for that man to get back up and get running. That he can leave that fall behind. You see that? That I can get up and I can just continue my forward momentum. I don't gotta settle in. I don't gotta settle in and sit on the damn tarmac, on the hot track, on the turf, and just sit there. No, I can literally get the hell back up and just get moving again. There's a space for that. Go ahead.
Considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted.
But this is the question. Is that what you desire? Because if not, we know where you go, mischief. But the ones who desire to be restored, the ones who desire that restoration, what are they doing? Well, they're allowing grace to teach them, right? They're allowing themselves to be built up through this run, through this race. They're allowing themselves to, again, we ain't perfect. And there's going to be times where we trip up, man. We slip, we fall. But they're allowing themselves to get back up and run another day.
Right.
Right? And what does that do in the overall scheme of things? Well, that's another way of building up that temperance, because now the things that I fell to 5 years ago, I ain't falling to those no more. I'm tempered against those things.
Right.
The thing I fell to, I'm not falling to that. I'm not caught up in that fault. I'm tempered against that because I allowed grace to teach me.
Right.
Because I actually desired it though. Go to Wisdom of Solomon. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 7.
Con. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 7.
Right?
And if a man love righteousness.
If a man what?
If a man love
It
righteousness.
says a righteous man falleth 7 times, but if a man love what?
If a man love righteousness.
Come on.
Her labors are virtue.
Her labors are virtues. Go ahead.
For she teacheth.
She what?
She teacheth.
What does she do?
She teacheth.
Come on.
Temperance
Uh-huh.
and prudence.
See that? So it's what I love. What do I love? What do I want to give myself to? What do I choose? If I choose righteousness, her labors are virtues.
Yeah.
I'm going to get virtues. She's going to teach me something. Temperance. Prudence. What else?
Justice
Uh-huh.
and fortitude.
And what?
And fortitude.
Right, like temperance and fortitude kind of go hand in hand. To have fortitude, I'm fortified. It's a fortification against something. But I gotta love righteousness to be able to attain these virtues. So we went through the first class, right? Part 1, what is temperance? And we talked about it and what it was and where you had to be that to be able to develop it, that it was a fruit of the spirit, and in order for a tree to develop fruit, they had to be mature. Class 2 talks about this race, right? And how we got to run this race and the different ways you have to run and the things you got to look out for, and as you run, fire, water, these things set beside you. And so what this class is doing what? Well, it's bringing it all together. Hopefully it's tying it all in and showing us that what? Well, as I run, I should be gaining temperance. If I'm running this race of righteousness, if I love this race. Remember, the Most High said, the scriptures say, the Most High is not forgetful. What did he say? The Most High is not forgetful.
Not unrighteous to forget your labor of love.
The Most High is not unrighteous to forget your labor in love and works you do towards His name.
Yeah.
Right. Your labor of love. Do you love the run? Do you love the race?
Right.
Do you love the grind? Because if not, you get something, but you ain't gonna get what you're supposed to get. It says if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues, and then it names it. So what do I love? Right? The more I love this righteous race, the more I gain from it. The more I make it my life, the more I gain from it. What's up?
So, how would you go about like measuring and tracking like how much you gained or like how far you gotta go to reach that like perfection and temperance?
Well, it's different for everybody because we all got different things. We all start the race at different levels, right? So every man would have to examine himself and go back into the database, and you'd have to look at, okay, well, 5 years ago I was moving this way. Am I still moving the same way from 5 years ago? 3 years ago I was moving a certain way. Am I still the same way 3 years ago, or have I worsened or improved? So every man would have to take account on his own life. That's the only way you could do it, is you got to look at your own life to track your progression, right? Or if you have people around you that can vouch and say, well, you know what? Yeah, the brother done grew. He grew in this area. The sister, she grew in this area, but she still got work to do in this area. There is a forward momentum, but these things are taking more precedence when it comes to the growth, and these things may be lacking. You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of go about it that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Read that from the top. This is it right here.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 7.
Right.
And if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtue.
Go ahead.
For she teacheth temperance and prudence.
Now watch this. Who teaches temperance and prudence? Who's the she here?
Wisdom.
Go to 8 and 1.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8, verse 1. Wisdom reacheth from one end to another mightily, and sweetly doeth she order all things.
Right, so we know that it's wisdom. Wisdom is the teacher, right? Wisdom is the teacher, and she teaches temperance. How though? Well, we just read up in that Titus where if I'm needing to apply grace in a matter, if I'm being restored in the spirit of meekness, that's part of wisdom. That what? I'm supposed to be, if I love righteousness, I'm supposed to be able to step back and learn how to not fall, learn how to not be taken in these faults. I'm supposed to learn from my mistakes in order to gain temperance and fortitude. I know now what to fortify myself against. So when it comes to the matters of knowing what's good for one's spirit and giving that to it or not, I'm fortified. I know what to give to my spirit. I know what to withhold from myself. I know not to go this way because I'm weak to this. I know not to go that way because I'm weak to that. But I'm also building up my fortifications in my weaknesses. Right? It's not that I'm weak and I'm just gonna run. I'm building myself up. But until I build myself up, I may have to hide myself from the evil. That's what it says, right?
Yeah.
I can't face that evil head on. Because some things we gotta face head on. But how can you face something head on if you're not prepared? You gotta get prepared first. You gotta build yourself up first. You gotta get the wisdom first. Let her teach you temperance. It says temperance. It says prudence, justice, fortitude. Go ahead.
Justice and fortitude, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life.
See that? There's nothing more profitable in life than these virtues. Why? Because they can actually get you to keep that race going.
Right.
Right? Imagine running like the Flash and everything that comes your way just bounces off you or just gets sucked into your vortex. And when the Flash runs, everything just gets sucked in behind him because he's the force. You ever see Flash run and something stops him? I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen that.
You see the like last one when you bring him back and Superman grabs him?
Oh, okay. What we talking about? I'm talking about something other than damn Superman.
Wow.
Right? I'm talking about just some weak. Well, you know why? Something weaker than his run. The flesh is weaker than the spirit. So how does the flesh stop you if you're supposed to be the flesh? It shouldn't. Right? Go to Peter's. 2 Peter's 1 and 2. So I hope we're understanding that this all goes back to wisdom. This all goes back to what we love. What do I love? Have I accepted the conditions of the battle? Have I accepted this race? I came to the finish line. Have I accepted the things that I have to go through? Through much tribulation, I will enter into the kingdom. The straight and narrow, water and fire on both sides. I can't hop over nobody's shoulder. Nobody can hop on mine. I can't ride the coattails. I gotta go through what I gotta go through. I gotta go through these vain and straight things. Right? That's all the things you went over last week. I have to accept that first. That's the wisdom. Once I accept that, I start to learn how to be fortified against those vain things. I can fortify the flesh. I can temper myself. Read on. Read where you at. 2 Peter 1 and 2.
2 Peter chapter 1 verse 2.
We're going to finish at 9. 2 more precepts. Read.
Grace and peace be multiplied unto you through the knowledge of the Most High.
Go ahead.
And of Yahweh Shai, our Lord, according as his divine power hath given unto us all things that pertain unto life and godliness, through the knowledge of him that hath called us to glory and virtue.
See that? We've been called to glory and virtue. Well, if a man loveth righteousness, her labors are virtue. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises.
Right. See, we've been promised so many things, and that's why we run. That's why we run the race, so we can attain these promises. Come on.
That by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature.
Read.
Having escaped.
Having what?
Having escaped.
Having what?
Having escaped.
Because I'm running.
Escape.
Read.
The corruption that is in the world through lust.
Come on.
And beside this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue.
So, y'all see what's going on here, that we're supposed to be partakers of a divine nature. We're not supposed to be partakers of the flesh. We're supposed to dibble and dabble highly in wisdom to attain the divine nature. But the more we dibble and dabble with the flesh, the less the divine nature, or the less we give ourselves to that divine nature, and the more now we become incorporated with the world, or the lust of the flesh through the world.
Right.
So the whole run is to, how do I put on this divine nature? How do I get to that? Right? And then once I've started to run towards that, it says, besides this, read verse 5.
And besides this, giving all diligence.
Right?
Add to your faith virtue.
So diligence is going to add to my faith. Go ahead. Virtue. Virtue is just morality, a moral standard. Come on.
And to virtue knowledge.
And then to virtue knowledge. The more I know. Right? It says, just read on.
And to knowledge, temperance.
Right. So the more I know, the more temperance I can build. Why? Because now I know what to give myself to, what not to give myself to, what to stay away from. Now I understand how the flesh can damage my temperance, how it can weaken my faith. So what Peter is showing us is that when you stack these things, you may not have them all right away. But if you have a little diligence and a little faith, you in the race. And then you stack, and then you stack, and then you stack. Go ahead.
And to temperance, patience.
Right.
And to patience, godliness.
Go ahead.
And to godliness, brotherly kindness.
Right. So what are you moving in when you get to these levels of of patience, godliness? What is godliness? That's wisdom, righteousness. Right. You get to this high level where now it's not just based on what you're doing, it's how you're doing it. What spirit am I moving in? Go ahead.
And to godliness, brotherly kindness. And to brotherly kindness, charity.
Right. Go to Ecclesiastes 23. So the more we keep, so you can write to keep wisdom and temperance will yield her fruit. So the more wisdom, the more I stay in the wisdom of the Most High, the more temperance can yield for me. Ecclesiastes 23 and verse 2.
Ecclesiastes chapter 23 verse 2. Who will set scourges over my thoughts?
Right.
And the discipline of wisdom over my heart.
And the what?
And the discipline of wisdom over my heart.
See, and that's the crux of the whole thing, is the discipline of wisdom. Allowing wisdom to discipline you and teach you. Y'all get it? Go ahead.
That they spare me not from mine ignorances.
Come on.
And it pass not by my sins.
Go ahead.
Lest my ignorances increase.
See, and that's the point. Without the wisdom, the discipline of wisdom, our ignorances increase. The more we become ignorant and we have less knowledge. Go ahead.
And my sins abound to my destruction.
The more ignorant we become, it's like going back to surfeiting The more I eat, the more it damages me. The more it damages me, the more it numbs me. The more it numbs me, the more ignorant I am of the damage. The more damage I am. Now I'm dead. Right? So at least my ignorances increase and my sins increase. Go ahead.
And I fall before my adversaries.
Come on.
And my enemy rejoice over me.
Come on.
Whose hope is far from thy mercy.
Somebody get Wisdom of Solomon 7:7. Stay where you are.
Come
on.
Somebody get Wisdom of Solomon 7:7. Read that.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 7.
Come on.
Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me.
Go ahead.
I called upon God, and the spirit of wisdom came to me.
Read where you at.
Verse 4.
Right.
O Lord, Father and God of my life.
Come on.
Give me not a proud look.
This is like the prayer. Give me not a proud look. Yahweh, help me. Father of my life. Go ahead.
But turn away from thy servants always a haughty mind.
So if you're asking for the Most High to turn these things away from you and you're praying these things away and you're praying for the wisdom, it's going to do something. Go ahead.
Turn away from me vain hopes.
Come on.
And concupiscence.
Right.
And thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee.
See that? He said he'll hold you up. Read on.
Let not the greediness of the belly, nor lust of the flesh take hold of me.
Come on.
And give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind.
Go back to Wisdom of Solomon 7:7. Read that again.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7 verse 7. Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me.
So I prayed and understanding was given. Because why? I asked the Most High to remove evil. Remove the lust of the flesh. Remove the haughty spirit. Remove concupiscences. So I'm asking those things to be removed. What's going to enter? Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Go ahead.
I called upon God.
I did what?
I called upon God.
Read.
And the spirit of wisdom.
Wait, what came?
And the spirit of wisdom.
The spirit of who?
Wisdom.
Come on.
Came to me.
See that? I called upon God and the spirit of wisdom came. What does the spirit of wisdom do? Well, she teaches things. She orders things according to Wisdom of Solomon 8. Jump down to verse 14.
Verse 14.
Right?
For she is a treasure unto men that never faileth.
Come on.
Which they that use become the friends of God.
They become, when they use her, they become the friends of God. Read.
Being commended for the gifts that come from learning.
Wait, she's commended of the gifts that what?
Come from learning.
Well, men are commended by the gifts that come from learning. But who teaches? Wisdom. Right? Wisdom teaches. Go from there. Go to Ecclesiasticus 6:18.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6.
So just to make it clear, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth, which they that use become the friend of God. The they is man, right? Being commended for gifts that come from learning. So men, it says a man is commended according to what?
His wisdom.
Right. You see that? So the commending is the man that uses wisdom, becoming a friend of God. He's being commended, right, for the gifts that he's attained. What are the gifts? Prudence,
right.
Fortitude, right. What was the other one? Justice, right? Justice. What was? It was. It was temperance, prudence, justice, and fortitude. Those are the gifts, right? Remember, it says, "For she teacheth temperance." Right? Go ahead. Where you at?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 18.
Come on.
My son, gather instruction from thy youth up.
Come on.
So shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age.
And because that's what we're looking for. We're trying to do this thing early so that Once we get into our olden days, it's just wise dealings and wisdom but see, think about it. It didn't say gather instruction from your youth up and then be wise in your youth up. It said in your old, when you become old, then now wisdom starts to, present herself. But is it like some crazy gather and then wise and then there's nothing in between? No, it's a slow seduction of wisdom, right? Slowly, day by day, taking over as we gather those instructions. And once you look up, you're like, damn, I'm just a wise man now. Right? I'm a wise man. But it was a year by year, day by day, rat race, running, temperance, prudence, fortification, justice. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth.
Who is the her?
Wisdom.
Read.
And wait for her good fruits.
And wait for her what?
Good fruits.
What? So we see that wisdom has fruits. Go ahead.
For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her.
Right.
But thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon.
Right. So you see, it's letting you know right here what I just said, that you won't toil too much in getting the fruit. But that's dependent on how you come at wisdom. That's dependent on how you come at this learning stage. Right? So if you come aggressively, guess what? You're going to be eating fruit quickly. And you'll be able to eat fruit all the way from an early stage to your old age. But if you come nonchalant, you're going to have some trips, some falls, some folly, some fumbles, and then you might be able to get a little taste in your 30s, in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, when you're 90. Right. Sit down. Right before you expire, you might get a little taste, little drip of the fruit juice. Right? But the point is, we want to, no time is too late. Now is the time, right? So we understand wisdom, if we labor, there's a fruit. Well, what is those fruits? Go to Galatians 5:23. Galatians 5:22, and we're under here.
Galatians
right on time. Read it quick.
Galatians chapter 5 verse 22.
Go ahead.
But the fruit of the Spirit.
Right, the Spirit of the Most High, the Spirit of wisdom, the Holy Spirit, they're all synonymous. They're all synonymous. Go ahead.
It's love.
Read.
Joy.
Read.
Peace.
Read.
Long suffering.
Come on.
Gentleness.
Read.
Goodness.
Read.
Faith. Meekness. Temperance. Against such there is no law.
Finn. That's it. Part 3 concluded. End of the trio. End of the trilogy. Hopefully it was as good as Batman. Any questions though on that? Well, now we can just end it. Wow. Okay. If you got to go back, watch the first one. Well. Hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully it all tied together. Right? But hopefully everybody online enjoyed the class and the laughs. We got people online stuff. Who we got? We got people online. Okay. Right. Danny, what's your question? So, wait, what is grace? What is grace? Titus 2:11. Give me an. So what is grace? You got mercy, right? You got mercy, which is the damn, I'm having a brain freeze. You got grace and mercy. Mercy is what? When we don't get punished to the fullest extent of our wrongdoings. And grace That's the ability to that's the ability to do something over, right? You get the grace to continue to move forward. I'm giving you grace. You got it. I'm not gonna hold this thing against you and prevent you from moving forward. So Titus 2:11 teaches us that grace teaches us something, right? It appears to all men, but all men don't learn from it because all men don't use grace properly. Some use grace as an occasion to sin, like we read in Romans, but grace was given as an occasion for us to learn from our past mistakes, right? So when you run out of grace, that's usually death for most folks. They don't have the ability to repent, understand the wrong they did, repent, and then move forward 10 times more. So that's how I would sum it up. Mercy is not being punished to the full extent, still gonna get punished, but not all the way to destruction. And grace gives you the ability to repent and to learn to live godly. That's what that is.
He said, okay.
Okay, cool. So, brothers and sisters, right. Yeah, shout out everybody online. Huh? So, all right, that's it. We appreciate everybody tuning in once again. Y'all know how we get down in these streets, these Houston streets. What's tomorrow? Thursday? Who got it tomorrow? VA? Oh, Rochester got it tomorrow, so tap in with Shaquad and Zion, please. Friday is Kazat, Makar, them brothers, and then also Saturday for Shabbat. All right, so with that, we thank everybody for joining us, and we're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.
Who said that?